Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I f***ed my preschool teacher. For those of you in my last video who commented, "Bro, Ellis, you've changed, bro. Why are you censoring your videos now?" Stop talking, you dingus. If you watch past the 30-second mark of my video, you would know that I literally censor absolutely nothing. Bro, in my last video, I literally talked about why I would let this girl on my chest and then murder my entire family. What else do you want from me? The reason I censor in the first 30 seconds of my video is so that I can actually get paid and make the wage of a Chinese slave child. There goes the monetization for this video. Anyways, when I was a small child at the age of 4 or 5, I had the privilege of having intercourse with my 20-year-old preschool teacher. And honestly, it was an amazing experience. I mean, my dick was so small back then that it could fit into places that it normally wouldn't be able to fit in, you know what I mean? Okay, obviously this is a joke. I mean, come on. My dick is still just as small as it was back then. Okay, I'm done with the bit, okay? Obviously it's just a joke, and I did not fuck my 20-year-old preschool teacher as a 5-year-old child, okay? But listen, I've been thinking about something recently, okay? You see, this is exactly why there's no female child molesters. If I said the same thing as a girl, and that as a 5-year-old child, I got fucked by my 20-year-old male preschool teacher, I mean, we'd go back to the goddamn medieval eras. People would be coming out of their houses with fucking pitchforks and torches and shit. Lil Nas X would be opening to a goddamn Zoom virtual concert of this preschool teacher's public execution. Now look, I say the same exact thing as a guy, and that as a 5-year-old child, I fucked my 20-year-old female preschool teacher. Shit, I'd probably become president. My own father would congratulate me. No one would hunt this preschool teacher down. It would be seen as like an act of charity. I don't know, man. These are the thoughts that come in my head at like 2 a.m. when I make these videos. Anyway, so unfortunately, no. I did not get to have intercourse with my 20-year-old teacher when I was a 5-year-old child. But I did have a massive crush on her, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So like I've said before, you hear a lot about like the people who peak in high school, you know what I mean? You know, like the guy who was the star football quarterback back in high school and has recently been waitering at Chili's for the past 20 years. You see, that actually happened to me, but instead of peaking at high school like you hear all these other people do, I peaked in preschool and elementary school. And as you can tell by this picture right here, I was completely stunting in preschool. To like the 10% of females that actually watch my videos and the other 90% of you that are gay, tell me as a 5-year-old child that you wouldn't think that that was the son of Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, if I was a 20-year-old preschool teacher, I would think about doing some stuff to that kid. It's a joke, people. Relax. I'm not like that, okay? I would still think about doing stuff even if I wasn't a preschool teacher. Anyways, so back in preschool, I was pulling left and right. I mean, a lot of the girls in my preschool class had a crush on me. And listen, I know as soon as I say that a girl has actually liked me in my lifetime, my comments start going crazy. Everyone starts commenting, "Bro, that's cap. You didn't pull any girls. You're a capper." Seriously, I posted a TikTok a couple days ago where I literally just said that I was like dating a girl or something like that, and I received a comment from a man by the name of Epic Fortnite Gamer, and he said, "This is cap, bro. He definitely didn't pull any girls." Listen, man, Epic Fortnite Gamer, if you're watching this right now, I know that you have 7 girls slobber on your cock every single night while you play Fortnite, okay? I know I can't be like you, but that doesn't mean that occasionally I don't have a girl that likes me at some point in my lifetime. Listen, man, I have absolutely no shame. I would definitely tell you if I didn't pull any girls, okay? I mean, I am literally the same person who told you guys about the time I had to crawl away from a mentally challenged person who was bullying me and giving me a lap dance. I don't think it gets any lower than that. So yes, I know it's crazy, but I did have a couple of girls in preschool that had a crush on me. For example, there was this girl named Lindsay, and Lindsay knew that I really liked juice boxes. Like, that shit was my cocaine back then. I would drink like 3 of them a day, and I would get withdrawals if I didn't have one in like 4 hours. And Lindsay, knowing that I was addicted to these juice boxes, used to always give me her juice box that that she got for lunch. Now, from what I remember, because it was preschool, and I mean, I don't remember everything, but from what I remember, Lindsay was a nice and I think attractive girl. But despite her giving me juice boxes every day, I never even considered getting with Lindsay. And it wasn't because I was some stupid preschooler who didn't know you could actually, like, date girls or something like that. I mean, for some reason, my preschool was a goddamn zoo. Everyone was dating everyone. It was like too hot to handle. And it wasn't because I believed in cooties. I mean, I never believed in cooties. You see, the reason I didn't get with Lindsay wasn't because of any of those things. The real reason I didn't get with Lindsay was because I was just too mature for her. You see, I matured a lot faster than the other kids at my preschool. And as a 5-year-old, I just wasn't interested in dating other 5-year-olds. You know, I felt it was beneath me. And you see, I was so mature as a 5-year-old preschooler that instead of dating other 5-year-olds, you see, I had my eyes on MILFs. Yes, as a 5-year-old in preschool, I was into MILFs. I mean, I just knew what was up back then. What do you want me to say? I mean, either that or I had serious mommy issues. Anyways, luckily enough for me, I was lucky enough to have one as a teacher. Okay, technically she was like 25, so she wasn't a MILF, but as a 5-year-old child, I mean, a 25-year-old is basically a MILF, okay? And let me tell you something, okay? My preschool teacher was an absolute baddie. I'm talking blonde hair, slim, thick. Okay, I don't know if she was thick, bro. I was 5. I wasn't really looking for that, okay? But she was still a baddie, alright? I mean, imagine, like, the body of Summer Rae with, like, the face of this child right here. Am I a narcissist and or pedophile? I don't know. Possibly. But, I mean, does it count if I'm only into pictures of myself as a kid? I don't know. Maybe I should ask EDP. I think he'll know. Anyways, so yes, as a 5-year-old child that was into MILFs, I had a crush on my 25-year-old preschool teacher. And I have to be honest with you, okay? I mean, if you were to ask me in preschool if I thought that I had a chance with my preschool teacher, I mean, I would have laughed in your goddamn face. I thought I had this bitch secured in the bag. Because I was pulling 5-year-olds left and right, I mean, I thought 5, 20, I mean, what's really the difference here? Instead of having to do tea time or play with dolls, I would just have to take this one to dinner. I mean, honestly, it sounded easier. Seriously, back then, I thought there was no chance I wouldn't be able to get with this girl. And it didn't hurt that my game was phenomenal for a preschooler. God, I sounded like Trump right there. Is that who I'm becoming? I mean, who knows? Maybe one day you'll be flipping through CNN and you'll see me ranting to Congress about why we should start a genocide of white film festival people. Anyway, so like I said, my game was phenomenal for a preschooler, and I know I need to explain that, okay? So, you know nap time. I mean, obviously you know nap time. You know, that time where preschool teachers make their kids go to sleep so that they don't end up bashing their own head against the wall because they've been dealing with 5-year-olds for the past 4 hours. Honestly, the suicide rate of preschool teachers has to be insurmountably high. Could you imagine not killing yourself after the 6th 5-year-old has come up to you saying that he pissed his pants? It's gotta be the worst job in the world. You see, I learned a couple of things in preschool. Because all the other kids go to sleep in nap time, if I stayed awake, I would have some one-on-one time with my preschool teacher. Okay, I just realized that I haven't gave my teacher a name because I've been too busy talking about why preschool teachers should kill themselves. So let's call this teacher Miss Daisy. So yes, I learned how to get some one-on-one time with Miss Daisy. And I also learned that if I bitched and moaned just enough during nap time, Miss Daisy would take me outside of the class and talk to me. And every time Miss Daisy would be like, you have to stop doing this. You need to take a nap like the other kids. And every time she said that, I would completely disregard what she said, and I'd be like, Miss Daisy, did you do something to your hair? It looks really nice. And the only reason I said that was because my mom once told me that girls like it when you say that, and I would say it every single time, even though Miss Daisy never once changed her hair throughout the entire year. I mean, I just didn't know what else to say, so I said the same thing every single time she pulled me outside. And I mean, at the time, I thought I was goddamn Shakespeare when I said that, and I thought Miss Daisy was loving it. But in reality, Miss Daisy probably wanted to bash my skull against the fucking ground. I mean, could you imagine? Imagine you're a teacher. Your entire life sucks. Every day you have to wake up and babysit kids that barely know how to piss and shit in a toilet. And the only time where you can get like 30 minutes to yourself is nap time. And every day you look forward to nap time. And then when nap time hits and you think you have 30 minutes to get out of this miserable life that you have, here comes this 5-year-old that starts screaming at the top of his fucking lungs, and then when you take him outside, he starts flirting with you. If I was in her shoes, the janitor would be cleaning chunks of 5-year-old brain out of the classroom floor. So, in my preschool head, I thought it was going pretty good. And after a while of bitching and moaning and telling her that her hair looked good, I decided that I was gonna ask her out. And so, I showed up to preschool one day wearing extra fancy clothes looking like Peter Dinklage, and I even picked out some flowers on the way to the classroom. And I mean, in my head at the time, I thought there was just absolutely no way that she was gonna turn me down. And so, I mean, I wasn't even nervous, and so I went right up to Miss Daisy, gave her the flowers, and said, "Miss Daisy, will you be my girlfriend?" And I guess this was her way of getting back at me for fucking up her nap time, because she didn't even try to be nice. She literally laughed at my face and then said, "I'm sorry, you're too young for me." And I mean, when she said that, it blew my mind. After she said that, I was devastated. Right in that moment, I broke down and cried like a little preschooler. And I remember I went home that night and I didn't know how to like properly simp yet. And so instead of like playing sad music and crying in my bed, I instead stared out of my window while I sipped on a juice box. And as I stared off into the abyss of night as a 5-year-old drinking my juice box, all of a sudden I came up with a plan. And my plan was to make Miss Daisy jealous. And I was gonna do it by getting with Lindsay. Okay, I didn't actually have the brain capacity to think that this would make Miss Daisy jealous. I was just a depressed 5-year-old looking for love. So, I mean, I guess you could say Lindsay was sorta my first rebound. Telling these stories actually makes me realize some stuff. It's kind of like therapy. Well, if therapy is a place where you can talk about the murder of a 5-year-old child. YouTube, don't take it down. I'm talking about the murder of myself, no one else, okay, YouTube? So, the next day of preschool, I did the same thing. I show up wearing extra fancy clothes looking like Peter Dinklage, and I even picked up some flowers. But instead of going up to Miss Daisy, I instead went right up to Lindsay. And I asked Lindsay to be my girlfriend, and of course, she said yes. Okay, right now I think is a good time to explain what dating was like in preschool. Dating basically only meant that you would like occasionally play toys with each other. That's it. That's basically the whole fucking thing. And so I asked Lindsay out, and right after I asked Lindsay out, Miss Daisy told me to go outside. And you know, back in preschool, I thought she was calling me outside to like confess her love for me and saying that she made a mistake. But you know, that's not quite what happened. Anyways, Miss Daisy calls me outside, and when I went outside, Miss Daisy was like, "Hey, look, I know you're sad about yesterday, but you can't just go outside and play with other girls' feelings because you're sad. Lindsay really likes you, and you can't just ask her out now because you're sad, okay? That's messed up. Do you understand?" And I mean, back in preschool, I was like, how dare this bitch turn me down and then tell me that I can't date another girl? Who is this toxic preschool teacher? And so I looked at her and said, "Actually, I'm in love with Lindsay. You had your chance." And then right after I said that, I turned around and went straight into the classroom. And so the rest of the day goes by, and I mean, we were just doing like normal preschool stuff, like taking naps and eating. And as the day was coming to a close, I remember I was sipping on this juice box, playing toys with Lindsay, already getting tired of this bitch. And then all of a sudden, Miss Daisy called me and Lindsay outside. And so me and Lindsay go outside, and when we get there, Miss Daisy's like, "Look, Lindsay, I know how much you like him, but I'm sorry. I have to break you guys up. He doesn't like you for the right reasons." Bitch, this is fucking preschool. I'm not gonna impregnate this girl. I'm not gonna cheat on her. I'm gonna play a couple of toys with her, and then I'm gonna like go in the corner and like pick my fucking nose. I'm not some master manipulator at the age of 5. And I mean, as a preschooler, I was like, who the fuck is this bitch to turn me down and then tell me what to do? Get the fuck out of here. And so before Lindsay could even say anything, I grabbed her hand, looked at Miss Daisy, said, "Actually, I'm in love with Lindsay, and we're gonna get married." And then I turned around with Lindsay and walked away, sipping my juice box like it was the end of a goddamn Tarantino movie. I ended up breaking up with Lindsay the next day, but that's not the point. The point and the moral of this story is that I wish more preschool teachers were pedophiles. Anyways, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Can you fat asses get off of your goddamn couch and subscribe to my channel? Thank you.